Howard again stretches his arms, claps his hands to distract Oyegoke, doesn't make eye contact with him. A short run-up, right-footed, and it'll be. Referee gives the go-ahead. Can Oyegoke win this? He hits it.
Yes! Come on!
Well, it was a terrible penalty, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, that livens it up a bit.
He hit it down the middle, and frankly, I thought Howard couldn't get out of the way of it.
Yeah.
So James Jones must score now to take this to sudden death. If Jones misses this, Bradford go through regardless. Jones spots the ball up. Lewis.
Still advantage Bradford, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Jones got to keep his nerve. Keep it on his toes. Jones at the edge of the area. Ref blows his whistle. Jones, right-footed, steps up. A save! That's a good save by Lewis. He didn't put it right in the corner. Keeper went the right way and saved it, and Wrexham go out of the Carabao Cup. But I'll tell you what, it was a dominant performance by Wrexham. That penalty after 81 seconds given to Bradford was, I mean, a shocker of a decision.
Yeah.
Wrexham made enough chances, though, to make that redundant, and we weren't able to take them. Bradford on the break were good too. Let's not suggest otherwise. But yeah, ultimately, Wrexham are out now at the League Cup. Disconsolate James Jones applauding the Wrexham fans, as is Howard. All the Wrexham players in the penalty area acknowledging the fans. I'd say, as McLean pats him on the back of the head, says, "Don't worry about it." It's a missed opportunity now.
Yeah, it was disappointing that James Jones couldn't get. But I always think with penalty shootouts, you got to look at the whole game, how you got to the penalty shootout in the first place. You look at Dalby's chance, that header, if that had gone in, that might have turned the game more in our favour. And you look at some of the other chances we had, it's just disappointing to lose to a penalty shootout, really. Luke Young's going to be disappointed tonight. But are we ever going to win the Carabao Cup with all the big boys in it? I suspect not. So
I thought you actually were saying that we were. So no, absolutely. So that's life.
It's disappointing to lose such a soft decision as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's the frustrating part of it. Because the lads did everything right today. You know, we played a really good side in Bradford, and to be fair, for the most of the game, we're a better side, carving out the better chances. And the second half, we could have gone on to win it. But it's, you know, we've lost to a penalty shootout, and maybe it's a distraction we don't need when we got big fixtures coming up in the league.
yeah.
The character of Luke Young there, he's just walked around the pitch to applaud all the stands, you know, having missed a penalty, and he got a very good ovation, certainly from the fans in front of us, which he deserved, because, you know, fair play to him. He and Jones were two of our best players. You know, everyone could miss a penalty.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think Luke Jones was certainly high up there for my man of the match.
It was a spirited effort, but you know, the elephant in the room is that we haven't got Mullin, and again, we could have scored a hat in that game.
Yeah.
We scored one, and that is the issue, perhaps.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking Bickerstaff or Dalby. They worked very hard, and I don't remember any particular missed chances by them. But goodness me, we were counting Bradford's half for so long. You just were looking for, you know, the amount of pressure and chances we made. Let's go more than one.
When you have Mullin, you have that little bit of magic, don't you?
Yeah. It brings an edge to this team that we're missing, I think. In games like this, Mullin would make a difference.
Yeah, and you know, Bickerstaff and Dalby worked really hard today, especially Bickerstaff, you know, really fought hard like he always does. A lot of raw talent there, but it's a lot of it's youth, isn't it? It's a lot of raw talent he's still a developing player, where Mullin can, you know, pull something out of the hat, and maybe we would have won today with a Paul Mullin. But you know, the lads played really well. I'm really happy with the performance.
Yeah. And taking another positive out of this is Hayden coming back in as well. Yeah. If we're going to have a good season, we need a fit Hayden, I would argue.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we're unbeaten in 6 now. 2 of those went to penalties. 5 are draws, which is frustrating. But I sometimes feel teams get into like a spell where they're drawing a lot, and it's often a precursor to starting to lose. This team feels like we're not quite getting the wins together yet, but they're coming.
Yeah.
You know, that we're getting on top of games. We're scoring first quite often, and it'll come. We've just got to be patient and let it happen.
I feel like we've got to iron out some creases, and then we're going to be a really good side going forward. But again, Mark, we are playing also high-level competition where, you know, you can't slack like we did at times last year. You know, you could go 1 or 2 behind and get back and maybe win the game in League Two. You can't do that.